Board members, don't forget to enter the meeting on your microphone. The regular meeting of the Iberia Parish School Board to be held at 5:30 PM on Wednesday, November 5th, 2025, in the Iberia Parish School Boardroom at the Administrative Building located at 1500 Jane Street, New Iberia, Louisiana. Call to order. Let the Iberia Parish School Board meeting be called to order at 5:30 PM. Roll call, Ms. Gwynn. Here.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
Thank you, Ms. Gwynn. We're going to have a moment of silence for Mr. Leroy Lee Dotrell, former New Iberia Senior High Industrial Arts and Auto Mechanics teacher. Mr. Michael Charpentier, husband of Ms. Suzette Charpentier, Iberia Parish School Board Member, District 10. Ms. Jessica Gray Dubois, cafeteria technician at Center Street Elementary. And Charles Williams Sr., former LES principal. Followed by a moment of silence, we'll have the prayer by Ms. McNeil and the pledge by Mr. LeBlanc. Please stand for a moment of silence. Amen. Ms. McNeil.
Please repeat the Lord's Prayer with me. Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Mr. LeBlanc.
Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. McNeil and Mr. LeBlanc. Public comment instructions, the requirement regarding public comment for school board meetings is that a call for public comment must take place prior to each agenda item and vote on by the board. If you wish to comment on an agenda item during this meeting, please proceed as follows. Please fill out a card with your first and last name and the agenda item you wish to address. These requests to address the board regarding an agenda item will be heard prior to each agenda item as it's taken up. Any cards to be turned in? Seeing none. Moving on to presentations. B1, recognition of promotion. Mr. Hewland.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tonight, I'd like to introduce two new appointments that were recently filled. The first position was that of the Supervisor of Testing, Evaluation, and System Accountability. This position will be vacated at the end of November by Ms. Jennifer Foster, who will be retiring. So we held interviews last week and made the appointment on Monday, and I'd like to introduce Ms. Kyla Oquan, Supervisor of Testing, Evaluation, and System Accountability for our school district. Ms. Oquan was born and raised in Iberia Parish, and she's a proud product of the community that she serves today. Her journey in education began in 2004 at Center Street Elementary, and she dedicated herself to helping students reach their full potential and supporting her colleagues in creating an engaging learning environment. Motivated by her desire to lead and make broader impact, Ms. Oquan earned her master's degree in educational leadership from ULL in 2011. She was appointed the principal of Center Street Elementary, a role she held with great pride and passion for 11 years. Under her direction, Center Street Elementary achieved steady growth in academic performance and school culture and earned a reputation for excellence and collaboration. Her success in leadership and her deep understanding of instructional improvement led her to transition into a district position as the School Improvement and Assessment Specialist, where she supported schools throughout Iberia Parish in using their data to guide instruction and strengthen student outcomes. Now, as the Supervisor of Testing, Evaluation, and Accountability, Ms. Oquan will support the coordination and implementation of all district and state assessments, ensuring accuracy, fairness, and alignment with both district goals and state expectations. She'll work closely with school and district leaders to interpret data and enhance instructional practices to promote a continuous culture of improvement. Please help me welcome Ms. Kyla Oquan, our new Supervisor of Testing, Evaluation, and Accountability.
Thank you. Good evening, members of the board, Mr. Hewland, colleagues. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you tonight as the Supervisor of Testing, Evaluation, and System Accountability for the Iberia Parish School District. As someone who grew up in this community, I care deeply about our students, educators, and families, and I'm truly grateful for the chance to help our district continue to grow and thrive. Throughout my career, from classroom teacher to principal, and most recently a school improvement and assessment specialist, I have been guided by a single, unwavering belief that every decision we make should place students at the center. In each role, I have sought to support teachers, strengthen instruction, and create learning environments where students can thrive academically, socially, and personally. In this new role, I am committed to helping address situations, not merely problems, approaching challenges with collaboration, insight, and a solutions-oriented mindset. I look forward to working closely with school and district leaders to ensure the integrity and effectiveness of our testing and accountability systems while using data strategically to promote continuous growth and improvement. Together, I believe we can inspire educators, empower students, and advance the district's mission of growing great minds. I am sincerely grateful to the board and district leadership for your trust and confidence. It is a profound honor to serve Iberia Parish, and I am committed to leading integrity, vision, and dedication so that every student has the opportunity to succeed and every school continues to thrive. Thank you.
Congratulations, Ms. O'Quinn.
Thank you, Ms. O'Quinn. Secondly, tonight, I'd like to introduce the new principal of Daspit Elementary School. Ms. Tiffany Spraggins is the wife of Mr. Morgan Spraggins, and the two have been married for 30 years and have 3 children and 3 grandchildren. Ms. Spraggins is a summa cum laude graduate of Grambling State University. She holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science and a Master of Education degree in Curriculum and Instruction from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Ms. Spraggins began her career working as a computer scientist at the Procter & Gamble Company and then with NASA Ames Research Center in Mountain View, California. She subsequently pursued graduate studies in education, became a high school math teacher and school administrator. She is currently a doctoral student at Abilene Christian University pursuing an EDD in educational leadership. Ms. Spraggins is the founding principal of Lighthouse Christian Preparatory School, where she started a high school with a small 9th grade class and eventually developed it into a 6th through 12th grade institution. This school was on a campus, became a K-12 campus, and she was an administrator there for 17 years. She has been an educator for the past 26 years. Ms. Spraggins came to Iberia Parish in August of 22 as a geometry, algebra 2, and mathematics teacher at Jeanerette High. She raised the geometry assessment index by 34 points. The following year, she served as the master teacher, effectively supporting middle school and high school math and ELA teachers, and then she became the assistant principal at Jeanerette High, and she now proudly serves as the principal of Daspit Elementary School. Please help me congratulate Ms. Tiffany Williams Spraggins on her new position.
Thank you. Good evening, Superintendent, members of the school board, and members of the Iberia Parish community. It is both an honor and a joy to stand before you as the new principal of Daspit Elementary School. I am deeply grateful for the trust that's been placed in me to lead a school with such a proud history, dedicated staff, and supportive families. Over the past week, I've had the privilege of getting to know the incredible educators and students who make Daspit so special. It is clear that the heart of this school beats strong and that the potential for growth is tremendous. My vision is simple: to create a learning environment where every child is known, valued, and challenged to reach their full potential. Together, we will strengthen literacy and numeracy, nurture curiosity and confidence, and build a culture of excellence rooted in collaboration and care. I am excited to partner with our teachers, our parents, and district leaders to ensure that every DASPIT Dino continues to grow and achieve. I thank tonight my family for always showing up. And I want to thank my Generette family for the time that they deposited in me. My Generette family, where are you? Thank you. And I thank my new Daspit family for welcoming me with open arms. I thank you guys. I'm already excited to be with them. Importantly, I thank you all for this opportunity and for your continued support of the students and educators of Iberia Parish. I look forward to working together to make Daspit Elementary, our entire district shine even brighter than it already does. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Ms. Spraggins and Ms. Oakland. Moving on to C, consent agenda items. Does any board member wish to remove a consent agenda item for discussion? Hearing none. C1, approve minutes, Insurance Committee meeting of the Iberia Parish School Board, October 8th, 2025. And C2, approve minutes, regular meeting of the Iberia Parish School Board, October 15th, 2025. Public comment? Hearing none. Motion? Moved by Mr. Pradier, second by Mr. Segura. Questions on the consent agenda? Hearing none, please vote. Ms. Gwynn? That motion passes. Moving on to agenda item D1. Consider recommendation for cyber liability insurance for the 2025 and 2026 fiscal year and take appropriate action. Ms. Bro?
Good evening. In front of you, you should see my spreadsheet. You have a cyber liability insurance policy coming up for renewal on Friday, November 7th. And on the spreadsheet, you'll see the 4 columns. I'm going to talk about column 4. That's the renewal being offered by your current agent. And I'm going to be really quick with this. It's Houston Casualty Insurance Company. The policy limits, deductibles will all remain the same for this renewal. 1 million limit with a $50,000 deductible. I'm going to tell you to go down to the bottom of the page, line D, the annual premium for this renewal is going to be $27,098. It's about a $1,400 decrease over expiring. I'm going to recommend that you approve this renewal tonight. And I can tell you this entire year, all of my other clients, as I'm renewing their cyber liability, it looks like cyber is finally starting to level out and we're not seeing those large increases anymore. So knock on wood, that continues. But I recommend that we go ahead and renew this tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Bro. Public comment? Hearing none. Moved by Mr. McDonald, second by Mr. LeBlanc. Questions for Ms. Bro?
Only problem with Ms. Bro, we don't have any wood to knock on.
You're right.
Use Mr. Dugas' head. Any questions for Ms. Bro? Hearing none. Ms. Gwynn, please vote. Ms. Gwynn, that motion passes. Thank you, Ms.
you.
Bro. Agenda item D2, receive a recommendation for payment of supplements from the 90% of the half-cent sales tax salary and 50% of the three-quarter-cent sales tax salary and take appropriate action. Ms. Tenen.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is the first deferred payment out of the 2 that we pay in the fiscal year. Last year, our fiscal quarter ended with more than we anticipated in collections, so this is a higher amount. This is roughly $200 more than what we paid out last year for a 9-month certified teacher. And the only change I would like to make is the date of payment. The letter says November 21st. The date is going to be November 18th. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tenen. Public comment? Hearing none, need a motion. Moved by Mr. Dugas, second by Ms. Charpentier. Questions for Ms. Tenen? Hearing none. Ms. Gwen, please vote. Ms. Gwen, that motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Tenen. Moving on to agenda item D3, consider recommendation to replace remaining non-air-conditioned buses and upgrade cameras, 45 route buses and 6 lift buses, and take appropriate action. Dr. White.
Good evening, Board. As we continue our commitment to providing a safe and comfortable transportation experience for all students of Iberia Parish, I'm requesting the approval to replace the remaining 51 non-air-conditioned school buses, which include 45 route buses and 6 lift buses, to our 2026 air-conditioned models. Before I go further, I would like to also give you a brief overview of our current status and direction of the Transportation Department, comparing year 2024-25 to 25-26. In 24-25, we had 118 buses. 103 of those buses were lease buses. 12 of those 103 buses were long-term sub drivers. Of that 118, 15 was contract drivers. Out of that 118 buses, we had 67 of those that was air-conditioned, 51 that was not air-conditioned last year. We had 109 with cameras, 9 that didn't have cameras. Each bus, each driver last year had approximately 3 schools that they service. In comparison to this year, we are now down to 107 school buses, 97 lease buses. 3 of those 97 buses are long-term subs. We now have 10 contract drivers. All of our buses will have, for this school year, have cameras on them, and we also went from approximately 3 schools that we each driver service to 2 driver service. And of that leave us with the 51 buses that are not air-conditioned. So if you approve this purchase, it would allow us to provide air-conditioned buses for the remaining drivers and students for the parish, ensuring a more comfortable and equitable environment for all routes. In addition to replacing these 51 buses, I'm also asking that at the time of this transition that we improve the camera system on these buses, that once they come off the line, and improving them with the REI Armor camera system. This new system will allow, it's the same system that we're using, but it was an upgrade which would allow us to have live camera viewing where I don't have to have drivers to come in to pull the hard drive. I can see the bus, anything that's happening on the bus while the bus is in motion. It also gives us real-time health of the bus. It let me know when the bus needs oil change, if the bus driver is braking too hard or too quickly and things of that nature. And that goes into the driver performance. Lastly, it also gives me up-to-date, real-time GPS tracking of all buses in our fleet. While there will be a cost associated with this, an amount of $266,150, we are looking to offset some of this cost with the savings that when we return the buses. We'll be returning a number of 6 buses at a cost of $148,800. But please keep in mind, while that may seem to be a small number, this does not include the fuel, the maintenance, the salaries, and the insurance for those buses that we'll be taking out of the fleet. Implemented now will also give us an opportunity to pilot with these 51 buses and to determine if we would like to move forward with the remaining buses in our fleet. Thank you for your time and consideration of this request. I believe these upgrades will greatly enhance the safety, efficiency, and comfort of our student drivers and the entire transportation department. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. White. Public comment? Hearing none. Motion? Moved by Mr. Pradier. Second by Ms. Charpentier. Questions for Dr. White? Mr. McDonald.
I don't have questions, I just have comments. My first concern was that if it was going to impact the current budget.
Move your mic down.
My mic's on.
Yeah, but down.
And I found out it would not impact this budget. It's going to be next 26, 27 budget. And it's also not mandated but I know it's desperately needed, so I will support it. It was a very comprehensive proposal. Thank you.
I just have one question, Dr. White. Any other questions, Dr. White? The new camera system, the upgrade that you were talking about, that's only on the 51 new
Yes, sir.
buses?
Only on the 51.
With the monitoring on the break-in and all that, would we be able to get some kind of insurance discount? I don't know who would be the person
for
to talk
safe
to about
driving?
that, for the safe driver. Yeah, so, while you're here, you know,
Figured that question was coming, that's why I stayed. Yes, I think with all the new things that are gonna be in the monitoring, we're gonna report all of that to the insurance carrier for next year's liability renewal, auto liability renewal. And yes, it should have a very positive impact on your renewal next year. Absolutely.
Ms. Sharpenshay.
So do we have monitoring, our camera system on the buses now? Is this the same system, we just adding it to the new buses?
It's the same system, but it'll be upgraded only on these
So
51.
we're
new
upgrading
buses
only these 50 buses?
for right now. Unless you all want to go ahead and go full fleet.
Is this the one where you can see it on your screen how the bus is driving type of thing?
Yes, ma'am.
That's pretty cool, though, I'll tell you.
It is.
We decided that this is going to be a big change, and it's going to take a lot for the transportation to learn the software and to learn how to use it most efficiently. So we figured, since we're going to be swapping out these 51 buses anyway, let's do it on these 51, and let's take next year to really learn how to maximize the potential of this new technology, and then we could expand to our other buses when they come up for renewal after that.
Mr. Segura?
Dr. White, I'm sure from a legal standpoint, that's gonna make Wayne's job a lot easier if we have to go to court for something, with all them cameras and everything.
I will yield to Mr. Wayne for that.
If he can find the paper on his desk, but I mean,
The only thing that would make my job real easier is for us to drive a lot more carefully. Especially backing up.
Any other questions for Dr. White? Hearing none, please vote. Ms. Gwynn, that motion passes. Thank you, Dr. White. Moving on to agenda item D4, consider the adoption of policies that require revision based on the 2025 legislation and take appropriate action. Mr. Landry.
We didn't have very many changes. There weren't very many changes, as I said before, from the 25 legislation. There's only about 4 policies. I wrote a memo. I think it's pretty self-explanatory what each one of these are. If there's any questions, I'll answer them.
Public comment? Hearing none. Motion? Moved by Mr. Segura. Second by Ms. McNeil. Questions on policy adoption, policy revisions? Hearing none. Ms. Gwynn? Ms. Roseman? Ms. Gwynn? That motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Landry. Moving on to agenda item D5, consider a proclamation declaring the month of November 2025 as Veterans and Military Families Month in Iberia Parish Schools and take appropriate action. Mr. Hewland.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would be happy to yield to any board member who would like to present the proclamation if they are a veteran or have a veteran in their family. Would you, okay? Mr. Pradier?
He's not on. Okay, here we go. Whereas an appropriate measure of recognition is due to all servicemen and servicewomen for their selfish contribution and in safeguarding our country. And whereas the Iberia Parish School Board recognizes the contribution made by our military personnel throughout the history of our great country. And whereas our nation veterans deserve respect, appreciation for their effort in service of our country, and whereas November 11th, 2025, Veterans Day, is a national day of acknowledgement for all veterans, now therefore be it resolved that the Iberia Parish School Board does hereby proclaim the month of November 2025 as Veteran and Military Family Month in Iberia Parish schools, and that all veterans and their families be honored and remembered for their service to the United States of America. And therefore be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be sent to the Iberia Parish Council, the City of New Iberia, the governing bodies of the towns of Jeanerette and Delcombe, and the village of Laurelville, the Greater Iberia Chamber of Commerce, the Jeanerette Chamber of Commerce. Therefore, that's the end of the
Thank you,
proclamation.
Mr. Prady. Public comment? Hearing nothing. Moved by Mr. McDonald, second by Mr. Pradier. Discussion? Hearing none. Please vote. Ms. Gwen. That motion passes. Moving on to agenda item D6, consider an offer to purchase the Lee Street property and a recommendation for a new appraisal and to re-advertise for the sale of Lee Street property and take appropriate action. Mr. Landry.
I think my legal assistant provided y'all with a historical chronologization of this particular piece. We've had several offers. We've had 2 or 3 sales that actually fell through. But the property has never really been appraised since we have moved the building off. So I would recommend that property get a reappraisal. And I think the CFO's recommendation is the same too. The offer we have is 25,000, and that's a whole city block. It's a nice piece of vacant property.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Landry. Public comment? Hearing none. Motion? Moved by Mr. Pradier, second by Ms. McNeil. Discussion?
Just to clarify. So the motion is not to accept it and to get it appraised, correct?
We have 3 options to do, so that's the discussion. What we need to discuss is, do we want to take the payment or get a new appraisal and advertise for the sale? Right?
So what was the
That's
motion?
correct.
To discuss this, and then we have to decide, right?
Okay, so-
We're not gonna take a purchase if we're gonna re-advertise or get appraisal.
I just want to make sure
Yep.
we're voting on it.
So I'll clarify it. So the discussion is, do we want to take the offer? Do we want to reappraise and re-advertise?
I think we need to
Mr. LeBlanc?
make a motion that we have it reappraised.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor by Mr. Pradier. So Mr. Pradier, do you want,
Yeah, you want
you want to clarify you?
Yeah, well, I really would like to have it reappraised. Let me put my. I'd like to have it reappraised because of the fact that we have done a lot of work on that property since we removed the buildings and everything else. I passed by there the other day. That's a gorgeous piece of property. And to let it go for $25,000 doesn't make any sense to me. So that's my thing, and I approve with yours.
No, we have a second on the floor by Ms. McNeil. So the motion on the floor by Mr. Pradier is to go out for new appraisal for Lee Street property.
I think the proper motion would be to reject the offer, have it reappraised, and advertised for sale.
I conclude.
Ms. McNeil? So the motion, reject the offer.
Reject the
Go out
offer
for
and
appraisal and re-advertise.
Correct.
Discussion? You got all that, Ms. Gwen? Yes, and you got the correct motion? Any other questions for Mr. Landry? Ms. Gwen? Please vote. Ms. Gwen? That motion. Who didn't? Oh, Miss McNeil, yours didn't record for some reason. Just yes? Yes or no? She vote, yeah. Hold on, let me turn your mic. Go ahead, Miss. You can announce your vote, Miss.
Yes.
Got it, Ms. Gwen? Thank you, Mr. Landry. Announcements? Miss McNeil. Ladies first.
Okay, the only announcement I have, I was asked by the West End Council to make an announcement that on Thanksgiving Day, November 27th, they're going to be giving out free Thanksgiving meals at the locations, the West End Park, Little Zoe Church, Word of Hope, DePury Avenue in Henry, the Gazebo and Bologna Plaza, corner of Hopkins and Robertson Street, Bank Street, corner of St. Anne and Edna Street, and Generate Chamber of Commerce. This will be a free Thanksgiving meal. They'll be giving 2 meals per person, and this is home-cooked hot meals on Thanksgiving Day from 11, starts at 11:30 till 2 p.m.
Thank you, Miss McNeil.
Thank you, ma'am. A few other announcements we have today. The New Iberia Senior High Band traveled to the LMEA State Championship competition at McNeese State University, and they came away with overall band performance. They placed 3rd in the state in their division, and their color guard auxiliary placed 1st in the state in their division, and they were rated superior. So congratulations to band director, Mr. Kelly Landry, and the Nish Band. At your places, we put a save the date for the 2026 LSBA conference. So make sure that you get that date on your calendars. You also have a flyer for a poinsettia sale. This is the annual poinsettia sale that's conducted by our SPED student, the Workforce Readiness Program, the IVER program, selling these, and the deadline to purchase to support them is November the 19th. That flyer is there for you. And also you have a flyer for the Veterans Day program at Bell Place Middle School. They always hold a really nice program in our district. They invite veterans from around the community. And if you're a veteran and you'd like to attend and be recognized, there's an RSVP process. Just call the Bell Place Middle office and they'll get you on the program. It begins at 7:45 on the morning of Veterans Day, November the 11th. We have next Friday, 2 of our employees will be graduating from the Greater Iberia Chamber of Commerce Leadership Iberia program. And their graduation ceremony is going to be held next Friday on November the 14th. And our 2 participants this year was Dr. Derek White, General Manager of Transportation, and Mr. Emmanuel Harding, Principal of New Iberia Senior High. They will graduate from that program next Friday. And last, we are preparing for our 2nd annual Excellence in Education Awards Luncheon. And this will be held Friday, December 12th at the Slyman Theater. We're going to be honoring not only our teachers of the year from all of the schools and from the district, but also our principals of the year, custodian, support staff of the year, health professional of the year. So we're expanding last year's program to include all of the different contests that we have. And this is going to be an announcement also of our district teacher of the year that will move on to this state level competition. So to support this program, we established an Excellence in Education Fund, and we have some donors from the community that are making this possible. We have 5 levels of sponsorship. If you know of a business or someone who would like to contribute to support our educators here in Iberia Parish, we can give them information about becoming a sponsor for this and future events that will be sponsored by our Iberia Parish Excellence in Education Fund. So that's going to be Friday, December 12th, and all board members will be invited. So I think that's it. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Hewlin. Any other announcements? Mr. Pradier moves, Mr. LeBlanc seconds for adjournment. Discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Ms. Gwynn, that motion passes. Meeting adjourned at 6:05.